Hello, it's great to be here. Thank you so much. I was actually warming up downstairs earlier, and James heard me, and he said to me earlier, it's amazing what you can do with the recorder. I thought you were going to play London's Burning. That's probably what most of you are thinking right now, and whether that's because you think it's a marvelous educational tool or just a pain, I'm going to try and show you the other end of that. I'm going to do that, or attempt to do that, by playing a couple of pieces to try and represent the opposing ends of the recorder repertoire. And the first one is The English Nightingale by Jacob van Eyck, who was a Dutch composer born in 1590. So he was writing in the heyday of the recorder when it wasn't known for playing London's Burning. It was sort of appreciated for the beautiful sound that I believe it can make. And it's supposed to be evocative of birdsong, of the nightingale. We spend a lot of time as recorder players trying to imitate birds, and hopefully you'll see why.
First off, that was awesome. Thank you very much.
It was fun.
I guess I wanted to know is how did you get into this line of business? How did you what was the inspiration for you in terms of taking up the recorder? Because it's an unusual instrument, isn't it, for someone? Because obviously, coming from an Oriental background, you had loads of friends that were forced to play piano and violin and these sorts of things, and recorder never featured heavily in the portfolio choices. So, why the recorder?
Well, I started playing the recorder at a very early age, sort of 4 or 5 maybe, because my mum thought it would be a good way to learn music, and music's generally seen as a good sort of thing for education, and I just really enjoyed it. I loved seeing myself improve and discovering new things as a young child, and it just carried on from there. People always sort of said maybe I should take up the oboe or the clarinet or something that you could play in an orchestra, because you can't play in an orchestra on a recorder, but I never really saw the attraction of that. I really liked doing something different and discovering things that people maybe hadn't thought of before. So
yeah. Well, it's a gorgeous sounding instrument. I mean, is that an expensive recorder? I mean, could I buy one quite easily, or?
It depends. They can be upwards of £1,000.
Oh wow.
Depending on the size and the make.
Yeah.
The hardest part is actually accessing them, because there are very few makers.
Really?
And even fewer in England. So this one I actually got sent over from Norway. I got a maker to send over some instruments, because you just can't buy them. You can't just walk into a shop and pick them up. So that's the hardest thing about getting instruments.
Wow, okay. I didn't know that. Okay, fantastic. So obviously you're 16 now. Is that right? Yeah, cool. So, and I guess, have you been playing at a high level for a few years now, I guess? How many years would you say you've been sort of performing at a national level things?
I'm not sure. Well, I only started really taking it this seriously when I started doing well in the BBC competition a year ago, really.
Okay. And how did you get roped into that? I mean, was that just something that you applied for?
Okay. Well, one of my good friends who I studied with at the Junior Department of Royal Academy of Music had done it 2 years before me, and she got to the final, and I was like, oh, I'd never get through to pass the first round, and she was like, no, just go for it, just do it. So her and my teacher sort of entered me, and we sort of had fun in the process, and it went a lot further than I ever expected it to. So
fantastic.
It just sort of happened.
Yeah, fantastic, cool. And I suppose you're going to continue doing into university and beyond potentially?
I would hope, yeah. I'd really like to study music at university. I feel like I would enjoy it a lot. And after that, I have no idea, but we'll see.
We'll see. Are you going to play one more piece for us?
Yeah, one more
piece.
piece.
Great.
If that's
okay.
okay.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah,
okay.
Fantastic.
Thank you. My next piece was written in 1975, so we're at the other end of the repertoire now. And it shows off a lot of different things that the recorder can do. Maybe you didn't think it could do before, so hopefully it'll be a good one. It's called Fanfare and Dance, and it's by American composer Bob Margolis.